share with me, I'll come to all of you, but Bernard, I'll start with you. Some of the down moments, you know, some of the times that you sat back, it felt like crying, you know?
A lot. You know, when you enter a market which has already decided what it wants to do, sometimes you can be seen as a nuisance. Yeah. And I think a lot of the people in the market felt we were a nuisance for two reasons. Number one, some of the people leading the like Samens and Paul were known. Yeah. So people knew what they could do. So they had the idea that they are trying to come and sort of undo what they did in the past. That's how it was perceived. Wow. Then the worst part, you are bringing these fresh young guys and you want to compete with Joy FM. Like we are joking. How dare you? Joy FM is the big station. Nobody can compare. Communal Domo is big and bad and that kind of thing. So, of course, we in the staff didn't know all of this. But the market was not very welcoming. I remember there was a day we did a program we called the Corporate Seminar Series, which was like a business quarterly roundtable. We did it at the British Council. A few people came, and this was live on air. Then some advertiser came and said, you are doing, but you are copying Joy FM too much. Stop that. It's not good. Just do your own thing. It was really bad. You know, like just off the bat like that. You know, it was very difficult. Yeah. So those were low moments. And then don't forget that media is a very difficult industry. So there's a lot of movement. And it's not unique to us, but people move. Yeah. And sometimes it can be difficult to replace them. I remember in 2011, we lost about half of the newsroom staff to a new station. Whoa. Because a new radio station had come and they were offering some, I think 3 times what we were paying. Some were getting cars. And there's a day we woke up. It's not as if they left one by one. We woke up one morning and half of the newsroom was not there again. It was very difficult for us. So those were some of them. And then there were events because we understood very early that we were not just a broadcast for news and current affairs. So we'll do events. Okay. All right. So for example, you would do, of course, now it's called December to Remember, but we started something called the Purple Party. Okay. And then Celebration of Hip Life. The Purple Party didn't really go well. All right. In fact, one of the first things that happened to us in 2005, we brought Beanie Man because we wanted a big band, right? So Beanie Man was a big Jamaican artist. We brought him to Ghana to do a big event. We did a roadshow interviews. Yeah. We did a first event at the conference center. It was packed. Wow. Now, for a new radio station to pack the conference, that was something else. Then we said we're going to do the next day at the stadium. And trust me, Firma, we would have had a massive crowd. Okay. People had started buying tickets. The afternoon before the event, the main sound engineer decided he was going to, for some reason, pull off the sound. Why? I don't have the time to go into that. But we couldn't even announce properly to the public that the show couldn't come on. So what happened? People were asking for their tickets. It was almost a stampede at the stadium. Then a newspaper wrote and said, you know, it's good for a new radio station to come and try and do what the big boys do. But this should be a chastening lesson to know that you need some time in the industry before you try certain things. Oh, no. It was that bad. And then when we started doing Mogo, you would do, and this is the thing, there's something called residual brand advantage. So you start something, but because you are not known, other people who would do the same thing, and it will be like you are the one copying them. There was a day somebody called Samens and said, the program is fine, pound. But I'm on Funko Peace FM. Why? What? No, which program? We did some series of programs. No, some program is fine, but I'm on Funko Peace FM. Why? No, I'm on Oh, yeah. And there were days, for example, I'm hosting the morning program, and my producers are producing me and listening to Komlado. So, Ohime and Richard Mensah. So maybe they'll produce a show. They'll put somebody on the line. We have on the phone. They're not listening to you. The phone. He's listening in his earpiece to another show. They call it monitoring. They say they are monitoring. No. It was good. Yeah. For me, that process is what helps you get a proper sense of reality. Yeah. It toughens you. I'm very impervious to praise because I've learned to be robust against criticism. Because if you tell me I'm not good enough and I believe it, then it means because if I believe everything you say about me, which is positive, when you start criticizing me, I believe everything you say about me. Yeah. So for me, those periods where we're not prominent, it was good to build a tough skin. All right. So when you can't tell me I'm the best, also it's not true. I'm not the best. Yeah. If you tell me nobody's listening to you, also it's not true. People are listening to me. Yeah. I've learned that. We've also learned through iteration. A lot of times, strategies. The thing about Simon is that he doesn't rest. I think in the dictionary he was trained with, the word rest is not in that dictionary. So you do something and do so well. Like when I do a very good interview. I remember there was a day we covered there was a by-election. And don't forget that when you come as a new media house, you use elections to announce yourself. So it was a by-election at Odio involving Ni Mankata. All right. And then there was what was the name of the guy? So the NDC candidate had died. And MPP had gone to poach his son to run. And then NDC too brought in Taki Komi. So Paul was anchoring the program, and then I did some interviews. I mean, we went to Manchiagbona, speak to people, live coverage. Israelite was covering for Joy. Right. And he had more experience than us, than me. We did a live report. Kwame Jan was in the election command center. I was based at one of the people's house. Paul was somewhere. People said, Charlie Citi, your programs are so good. This is, I think, 2006. And Samens was so impressed. The next morning, you have to do something else. Yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing with him. So his idea is that you are best teachable whether you are either down or you are up. Yeah. So when you do very well, the next morning you have to do a different angle. Yeah. Or when the show is doing well, then you introduce something else to challenge it. So the point was that we were young. We didn't complain. And it toughened us on the road. Right? So I would say that the station has learned the hard way. There were people who believed in that. I will not say nobody did not believe. For example, there's an agency called Primus. At the time, it was called Primus Y&R. Don't forget, in those days, if you're a media house, you need to be relationship with ad agencies. Primus was, he believed in the vision from beginning, right? But there were not many, because they were gatekeepers to advertising revenue, right? But it toughened us. So what I'm saying is that the reason we're able to churn out many innovative programs like this, now people are asking, you are doing Heritage Caravan, you are doing all these things. Because we tried many things which will either not work or will work, and then we have to change it. Because some of the things you do will be cannibalized by the main competitor. Some of them will be sabotaged by the industry. Some of them you will not have the capacity to execute. But I thank God that some of the things have remained. So for example, something like Business Olympics. Started it almost 18 years ago. It's still running. Still there. All right. The Heritage Month is come to stay. The corporate seminar series has changed because times have changed. All right. So it's been iterative. If anybody tells you that it was so clear, 3 steps to becoming successful, no. You will fail a lot, but you start again. Right. You'll be humble enough to adjust. Face the reality of the market. Have a right balance between what the listeners want and what the advertisers want. Right. I always say that without the listener, you don't have a business. But without the advertiser, you can also not maintain. So that's how it's been, which is why we're able to churn out all these programs. So it's been a journey of ups and downs, but with more ups than downs.